Hello everyone, this is Magbo Gaming here. Right behind me, as you know, is my well-known game shrine, I would say. Yeah, that I built this up since 2016. Why am I even bragging about this right now? What's the point of all this, right? Well, I don't know. I just wanted to talk a little bit about how it feels to have a big game collection and stuff. I've been watching some videos out there about this, and sometimes you kind of wonder, why do we have all these games in our collection if, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to afford all this. I'm blessed to be able to build it up of many games that I'm really into, and most of these games I have played at one point or another in my life and have good memories with it, honestly. But if you tend to have too much games in your collection, you tend to get to a point where every time you go game hunting, you don't find much, I guess. It's not as fun, I guess. And most of the games that I just have here has been just sitting on the shelf for so many years because the time that I have and what most of us adults have these days to play these games out there, I'm only playing like less than 0.1% of my collection in the last week or so. But I try to go back to some of the retro stuff so I couldn't, games that I could beat real quickly and stuff. But JRPGs, forget about it. That's gonna be a long journey right there. And I got a bunch of JRPGs, as you can see right here. This row alone is mostly JRPGs. If you notice it, most of these are JRPGs. We got the Atelier games, we got the Knights, the Tales of Berseria. How much realistically will an adult be able to take just to complete all the games in this little tiny section right here? Out of all this that I have, right? I'm not saying that I regret having all those in my collection. I definitely won't. I've been downsizing it just because I'm like, well, will I ever play this again? Do I really have an emotional attachment to these games? I'm still working on that, but most of the games here, I assure you, I love it, I enjoy it, and I do not want to sell it whatsoever. So yeah, you get the idea. So as an adult, we have very little time. Like, at least in my case, I don't have the responsibility of having kids or having a wife or getting married or having my own home that I have to maintain and all that stuff. But I still got responsibilities elsewhere, and I still have to be responsible in improving myself in my life. I cannot be spending all day playing all this because then worse the productivity is gonna come. At least I make time during the nighttime to play some of these. As of late, I've been playing this game and I'm loving it. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I've been playing this game a lot as of late. But yeah, and then I've been coming to think about situations like this right here. Yes, I do not regret getting this game whatsoever a few weeks ago. This is the game I want to play, and this is the reason why I'm playing this game right now, Final Fantasy VII Remake. But the thing that I've been struggling to think about is that this game, guess what? It just came out on the Steam Deck recently. And I'm like, I don't have a PS5 yet. I kind of want it, but I'm not gonna spend $500 on it. You get the idea. So the main reason for me to just have this right now is to own a physical copy. Because you know that Steam Deck is digital only, right? So if I beat this game before I can afford a PS5, because let's be honest, if I want to get a PS5 now, I will, but I don't have enough like FU money or spending money for me to say, okay, I spent it and it's not going to affect the other things I have to pay for that I have to pay for, like bills and all that stuff and necessities. I'm not in that situation right now. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I got to make do with what I got, and I don't regret what I have. So in other words, if I beat Final Fantasy Remake before I can even touch a PS5, before I can even afford a PS5 at this time, I'll just get on Steam Deck and I'll play it there. But I'm probably still gonna hold on to this physical copy. But then again, I'm pretty sure the prices of this is gonna go down a lot because there's more places to play it on. But it's like, I kind of struggle a little bit. I love this game so much, Metaphor. I got this recently. I love this game on the Steam Deck. Yes, I'm playing this now on the Steam Deck. Because the Steam Deck kind of mixes that almost every game you could think of on PS5 may eventually come on PC. May eventually come on Steam Deck. But I'm a physical collector as well, right? So I'm someone that's like, Okay, I'm a physical collector. I love these two games. I don't regret buying them at all. These are the two games that I'm definitely gonna enjoy for many months to come. But I'm not playing them on the PS5. I'm not playing it on the thing that is like supposed to this. This is like me playing a Super Nintendo game on an emulator instead of on a cartridge, and I already own the cartridge. So it's stuff that I'm just thinking about. I said to myself, how much importance to me is it to have a shelf of these games? I think it is kind of like what gives me meaning to the stuff that I enjoy, the stuff that I have a passion for. And that's the fact that, okay, so if I ever display this in my video and you see it in any of my videos, or I show it to my friend that ever comes to my house, I say, yep, I love these two games so much. I don't have a PS5 yet, but I'm playing it regardless on my Steam Deck, because Steam Deck kind of makes me not have to get a PS5 for some reason. This Steam Deck right here, right here, this Steam Deck, this is an amazing piece of hardware. You could play almost every single games in history, literally, except for Nintendo stuff. So that's why I'm like, Switch 2 is probably gonna be what I'm gonna get before PS5, because Switch 2, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like tons of exclusive you're never gonna find on Steam, unless for some reason, something that happened that's so weird that Nintendo's like, oh, we're going third party like Sega did. Not gonna happen anytime soon, that's for sure. Their Switch is doing so well, they'll be foolish to just make games for third party. The reason why this game, for example, is going, in multiple platforms and is only a time exclusive on the PS5 is because Square Enix is bleeding for money. They're not doing well financially, and they need to have their games in as much platforms as possible. I'm pretty sure when the Switch 2 comes out, this will come as well. So I don't know what I'm gonna title it, but by the time this video is uploaded, you'll probably know. I'll already figure it out. So you could check the title above. But yeah, it's kind of like a struggle because I'm a physical collector. I really enjoy physical games. But for examples like these two games right here, I cannot play my physical disc because I don't have the console for it. And the console for it, look, this is what I hate about, I'm gonna be clear with you on something about the PS5 real quick. I do not absolutely hate the PS5. The PS5 has a great library of games and it has a lot of good stuff. The thing that kind of steers me off are two reasons. One, the price. It's been over 4 years since this console came out. How much was the PS4 normally 4 years after it came out? Less than $300, right? Oh, good. With inflation, all that stuff coming up right now, I guess Sony has their PS5 still for $500. And be careful if not more on certain stores you go to, like Game on Atillo, they sell it for $550 because they cannot get it from their manufacturer any cheaper than they wanted to, and they have to price gouge a little bit more. They have no choice. So I'm not blaming them for it. My thing is that game consoles are getting more expensive due to inflation and due to company greed, because none of these gaming companies are actually lowering the price for these things. I mean, even a Steam Deck is expensive. The only reason I got a Steam Deck in the first place is because of certain crypto money that I lost, and I got back quite a bit, and I'm like, screw it, let's just go buy the Steam Deck right now because I may not have another chance to get it for a while. So I did, and I don't regret it whatsoever. I love the Steam Deck. I love the Nintendo Switch. When the Switch 2 comes, it's most likely gonna be the console I get next, and then PS5. I just don't know. What you guys think about this whole thing? How do you feel about owning physical copies of games here? Owning a big shelf of games? You don't have a lot of time to play most of these, but it's like they have a history with you. To me, I keep most of these games in my collection because they have a history of me playing the game, or they're games that I do want to eventually play. But unfortunately, there's a lot of games that I still have sealed because I haven't got to it yet because my backlog is so big. But I just wonder, I may as well just accept that I'm not gonna have time for every single one of my games. So your choices becomes way too overwhelming, and that's what kind of sucks of having a big game collection. But at the same time, it's like, look at my Wii U. I'm just gonna end it with this. This is only half of the collection I had before. I used to have the other half down here, but now they're occupied at PS1 games. Why did I did this? Check my Wii U video for that in the description below. But I would just say most of the Wii U games I could play on Nintendo Switch. Now I'm looking through all my Switch games to see, okay, should I keep them or should I sell them? Because look at all the Switch games I have in comparison. There's just so many good games on Switch that I'm like, yeah, certain games that, you know, it's worth just getting on Switch. But that's all I have to say about this. What you guys think about having a game collection, the advantages and the disadvantages of it. I said my piece. I say why I like having physical games in my collection. But at the same time, it's like for certain things like emulation or having another option to play these games, should I still have the physical game? That's something I'm still thinking about, but I am gonna be downsizing this collection more, little by little, as I start understanding what matters to me more. Because this YouTuber called Iowa Gamer Dad, I have watched a lot of his videos and it got me thinking, okay, I'm in a tight economic spot. I still have savings and investments, all that stuff, but I don't have like spending money like, oh my god, I'm gonna spend on this and that. No, I gotta think very clearly. I gotta think what's more important to me the most. So that's a little bit what's going on. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea. If you have too much games in your collection, is there something that you're not going to use anymore that maybe you just want to sell and get a little bit money out of that, and so you could fulfill your needs? If you're someone with a big game collection and you have a lot of needs, you may want to consider that. That's all I have to say, and I'll see you all in the next one. Magbo Gaming out. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching this video. Check these videos too that are related to what you just watched. I'm sure you will find some enjoyment there. You can also follow me on Instagram and support the channel via Patreon or buy my Magbo merch. Links below. Hope to see you again soon.